Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Paul Sainz with Insane Sports Podcast, and I'm here with my boy Alante Green. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you?
Gucci, man. I see you represent. Let them know what's up with the hat, man.
Yeah, Cleveland is the reason.
You feel me? Speak on that.
This the Cleveland brand Ilty. I just synced it, and as soon as I synced it, it just spoke to me. I had to get it. You
So,
see it?
what Cleveland mean to you?
Uh, Cleveland is definitely build champs. Like Cleveland mean a lot to me. Like a lot of people be like, why you don't move to Vegas or move out of town and stuff? I'm like, I can do everything any other boxer doing right here in Cleveland, right here from Cleveland. So. It means a lot to me. My family here, my friends, just it means a lot to me.
What you been up to lately, man? I know you done had your fight. We ain't talked in a minute. I wanted to know, catch up with you, see how everything been your way.
Um, First and foremost, I'm a father now, so I just
Yeah.
recently I had a baby November 25th, and but since my last fight though, like I really just took some time away from boxing. Just I had to take a mental break, and then was getting ready for my son. Getting ready for him, and also I tore my right rotator cuff in my last fight too. So what I'm saying, I was taking a mental break and like taking time off to heal.
Man, how is it being a father, man? It's
Uh,
new for you. It's fairly new, but you know how
yeah.
it's for you.
So far, it's definitely been an experience, but I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to everything to come with this. I can't wait till he talking and moving, and
Right.
hopefully maybe one day start boxing or playing football. My two sports that I actually really did. Just everything. I want him to do everything. I want him to be in baseball like you. You know what I'm saying? Soccer if he can, like all type of stuff. I've been looking into swimming lessons because I want him to do everything, experience everything.
And so you staying in Cleveland, so he gonna be a Cleveland bred.
Yeah, I mean, like that's just it's up in the wind. Like right now that's where I'm at. That's where this is home right now. But who knows the future? Like I don't mind moving and leaving somewhere, but just right now this is where I'm at. This is home still.
So I know you. Of course, I know about your football
Mm-hmm.
history and stuff like that. But speak to that for the people that know you as Alante Green, the boxer, man. Speak to your football past.
So you know where it started. George Monroe All Stars. I started playing football at the age of 5 years old. Paul used to bully me. He was one of the stars. He was
Stop.
one of the stars of the team. You know, him, my dude Kenny Dunham. Like both of them was two dudes who I grew up looking up to. Cause Kenny Dunham was somebody who went to high school with us, and his father was my first football coach. So rest in peace, Coach Dunham.
Rest in
And
peace.
that's where it started at. And I played mini league all the way up until my body will allow me to. I think my last year on Pee Wee, my first year on my last year on Pee Wee, I think I went up to Bannerway. I had to go up to Bannerway because I was getting big. And my first and only year on Bannerway, I played that one year. We went to the championship and lost to Glenville, and then after that, I went started playing high school football, and back then, football was everything. I definitely, what I'm saying, my dream was to make it to the NFL and be an NFL star. I didn't know at the time I used to play center, but I knew I wasn't gonna play that forever because I was actually athletic. It's just I was the only person who could play center.
We
So
had dogs everywhere too.
yeah, it was no every position. So
Yeah.
I fit in. That's where I started at center or whatever. And I used to do my thing there. And then when I got to high school, I started playing middle linebacker, and started linebacker while I could. My grades was bad, and then I was only had 2 years that I was able to play because of bad grades. And then once I graduated, went to the gym one day with one of my boys and discovered boxing. And it was like I'm going to try this out. But
So
I don't know. I'm about to say back when we was in high school though, part of the reason what made me start boxing was I was known for folding and beating people up in the locker room. So when we used to have our locker room brawls, 2000, all the different classes. I was
yeah,
2010. Paul was 2009, I think.
yeah,
I was known for folding people with the body shots in the
yeah.
locker room. So that was part of a big part of why I started boxing too.
That's dope, man. So it's like I don't know. I don't want to take too much credit for you to be out here knocking out these folks, man. You know, how did you really like see yourself like, okay, you know, this is something that I love just as much as football, if not more, but to say I can take this serious and pursue that passion.
It was something I always wanted to do as a child. Like I always wanted to get into boxing a little bit. Used to watch the first person I really used to watch was like Mike Tyson. Used to watch him knock people out. While we was in high school, that was the Floyd era for real. Excuse me. Started watching a little bit of Floyd and Roy Jones, and I fell in love with Roy Jones. That's my favorite fighter. He got the best highlights ever. But just watching them, and then one day, I just was like, you know what? Went to the gym with one of my boys, like I said, and like I started doing it, and I want to say I didn't even take it serious at first. I used to be playing in and out the gym, and then finally one day, one of my dudes, matter of fact, no, I take it back. I got ready. It was the Golden Gloves that came up, and when the Golden Gloves came up, I started getting serious. And my first two fights in the Golden Gloves was both first round knockouts. One was like 8 seconds. The other one was like 30 seconds. That's when I knew, like, like I'm about to stick with this. This is where it's at.
So what was some of the challenges that you feel like came up in boxing for you? Like some of the biggest adversities that you had to get over?
Just that, like the standing, getting in shape, and just like because that definitely was like a thing at first, like having to run them miles and stuff like that, hitting the bag. I used to be on the bag, and when I first started boxing and thinking, I got on the bag, thinking it was about to be sweet, and it's like that 3 minutes is really long for real. You get on the bag and get it punching it for them 3 minutes, and you're like, dang, like this ain't no joke. And then, like, what I'm saying, after I passed that, then like I started running. Before I used to run a mile every day, and that was like what I used to stick at. And then eventually, like I started picking it up. My mile used to be on the track, and then eventually, like I started running distance outside, and like it just started getting further and further. Like I got up to like one time I did 10 miles, but like just staying in shape and staying consistent. That's like the main challenge. That was like the first one, and then I used to have this stigma where like Mike Tyson was a heavyweight. He fought a heavyweight. Like I'm about to, because I'm a smaller heavyweight, or I was, but I'm like, yeah, I had promoters and manager and my coach were like, yeah, like we think you should go down to cruiserweight. So eventually, like, so I started cutting weight. But that was like a something I didn't want to do. I wanted to eat what I wanted to and just do my thing at heavyweight. But I finally cut the weight and got down to cruiserweight and been doing my thing down there.
How you feel about that switch? You feel
it was
like
cool. Yeah, my very first fight, I kind of felt like a little weak, a little sluggish, but I don't really feel like I feel like it was probably like I don't think I was eating. I think I kind of starved myself a little bit. But like the weight cut was cool. It's just like I was like overthinking it and like trying to make sure I was underweight, and I think I just wasn't eating like I was supposed to. But besides that, like most of all my fights was knockouts down there at cruiserweight. Besides that first, well, yeah, I had about like I had 4 fights that cruiserweight that like I had 2 losses, and then 2 of the fights was by decision. But one of them was like the first fight back out of COVID, and like I feel all of them mainly feel good. Besides that first fight when I lost the weight, and then my last fight when I lost the actual fight, I got knocked out.
So, like, speak to us that last fight. How you been since then mentally? Like, how have you been able to bounce back, and what's your plans moving forward?
I'm getting back in the. Well, I started back already. Started back training slowly but surely. It's just it really didn't. The knockout really didn't bother me. Me losing didn't bother me. It just was like I said, it was just a mental break. Plus, I was really mainly upset that but the fight before this fight, I tore my left rotator cuff and had to have surgery. Had to take a whole year out, and then this fight I tore my right one. And I'm like, dang man, I got to do this again. And like I took the little time off. Like first it was like a month, and then like just eating and kicking and drinking, having fun, just like slowly just got out of shape and just slowly, just kind of the motivation wasn't there for the time being, but then like I just had to get myself after my baby was born, kind of looking at him and then talking to my coaches and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I never plan on stop boxing. It's just like I just had to get my motivation back, get that flame back going.
Right. So a lot of people don't understand actually how it is coming back from injury. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I've been injured a whole bunch of times, having to fight back from that. But just the mental part and having to go through the rehab, especially like Odell dealt with the same thing of hurting his knee. And
Mm-hmm.
then going out there in the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? You at the highlight of your career, you
Yeah.
out there on the big stage, and then for you to have another injury.
Mm-hmm.
But where do you pull some of that motivation from? I know you spoke on your son, but is there anything else that you like? You got to go back in here and unlock that in the mind box.
Now they get that's one of that's probably like my biggest motivation now, him. But it'd be just a lot. Like I always had this thing where like I got to take care of my mom. Like I want to make sure I buy her house. So that's my main thing. Like just family, my son, and then I just want to be great. Just me. I always been a competitor. I always wanted somebody. Always somebody who wanted to be like the best at whatever I was doing. So I can't even. I never could just go like half-ass with like if we was playing football or basketball in the yard. Like I could never just take it easy. Every time we went and play, like I had to go hard. So it's just like
Right.
that's just something that's in me. I always just a big competitor.
You just still hungry.
Yeah.
I feel you, big dog. I already know where you coming from with
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I mean? And I wish people could really like, if I could put the tape up of you playing linebacker. You know what I mean? You was out there taking people out. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I feel real comfortable behind you, knowing like somebody come across the middle, they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
But you seem to translate that into boxing. You know what I
Yep,
mean?
pretty
Carrying
much.
yourself that way.
Yeah.
But talk to some of the fighters that you see now. Is there any fighters? And I want to hold on to the Cleveland because I know you got the Cleveland athletes from the city. But any fighters out there that you look at and they give you a little bit of sense of pride in doing the sport.
Mm, let me see. Like explain that more. What you mean?
Basically, somebody that you feel
Like
like
somebody that
carrying
motivates
the
me?
torch with boxing, like you proud of the position and you're like a fan of. Like I know you're a competitor,
Yeah.
Of course you want to knock everybody out that you get in the ring with, but is there anybody out there that you like that you admire they style?
Um, it's a lot of people. I like a lot of our young Cleveland fighters though. Like
Speak on them, because that was my next question. But go ahead, I want you to speak on the
yeah,
Cleveland boy.
what's his, Tiger Johnson. What's the other Abdullah, the Mason brother. I like their style. They both is killers, fast hands. They both strong. Who else? Who else? And then both of them, got Olympic background too. Abdullah was on. I think that's part of the, they style. Abdullah was on a junior Olympic. Tiger was on the Olympic team. Placed silver gloves. I like Jared Anderson. He let his hands go. He got, he big like me. He a heavyweight though, but
Mm-hmm.
he got the long arms and he let his hands go, let his hands flow. Who else? Right now, of course, Tank. I love, I'm a Tank fan. I like his style. He be knocking people out. That's how I started out knocking everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just explosive. Also, Bud Crawford. I love. I'm a big Crawford fan. Um, who else can I think of? Um, somebody else in there. I can't think. I can't think of who. But Bud. I'm in with Bud right there though.
Let me get your Mount Rushmore, your top four all
Ever
time.
all time.
I heard you throwing Roy, Mike.
Yeah. Excuse me. Let me see. My top four of all time. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan. Uh, Roy Jones. Um, who else? Um, I started off liking Mike Tyson. Like he was one of my top four, but like just as I became a boxer and just the boxing style, like I kind of veered from him a little bit. But I'm gonna definitely just he just was so ferocious. I'm gonna throw him back on there. Um, who else? Uh,
And that's crazy, man. Like I thought that was gonna be like the first one.
yeah,
You
I
get
just
what I'm
like when
Cause
I
y'all
first
so
started boxing,
comparable, you know, and we
yeah.
mess around with you too. We be like y'all look alike and
Yeah,
everything. So it's like
especially when I used to have hair, and used to have the Gumby the Gumby cut.
exactly, bro.
And,
That's what I'm like, man. I thought he would have been first though.
I grew away from him as I started boxing and just
Mm-hmm.
learned the skill and everything. Dang, this last one gonna be hard, man. Man, I'm gonna put Andre Ward on there.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Andre Ward
I
on
wasn't expecting that.
there.
That's what's up though, man. Cause a lot of people leave him off the list, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how.
I grew to like. I didn't like him as much back in the day, but
What changed?
just he's somebody who is real. Yeah, Mo Gotti for sure. He's somebody who real disciplined and just always just been like straightforward. Like just boxing is just tunnel vision. Just just stayed in the gym always. His boxing capability, like boxing IQ, all that. Um, he did, and then he had like a mixture of he had the whole package. He could box you, he could what I'm saying, sit in there with you and go toe to toe. Had the knockout power. But he was more of a boxer. He didn't really have to like try to knock you out or nothing like that. He just used his skills and just box you and stay on the move.
See, when I hear skills, I would have thought you said my boy, but it's cool, man. We can leave
Cool.
Floyd off the list,
No,
man.
Floyd is up there. He just like he's somebody who just you know
No, but bringing up Floyd, man, a lot of people,
like a creative player.
and exactly. So speaking to that, like a lot of people, like look at Floyd's career as like the staple of a boxing career, and people don't want to lose and get that L blemish on the record, right?
Yeah.
Can you speak to that in boxing? Do you feel like that's hurting boxing? People
Yeah,
ducking smoke.
he was kind of he was a blessing and a curse to boxing. Just it's a stigma where like you and I used to in my mind like I didn't want to lose ever, but now that I lost is like you can come back from it. It's fighters who are champions who lost and build themselves all the way back up. But yeah, he made it seem like you had to just be perfect and never lose a fight and just had to have a perfect career. But yeah, that's not really the that's boxing is a sport where you're not gonna win them all. Like
Mhm.
they tell you that's one of the sayings from Friday or like just growing up. Like you can't win them all. You lose some, you win some, but you get back up and fight another day.
Yeah, facts though.
Yeah.
No, facts, man. So I know I see a lot of people out there just they seem to be ducking smoke, man. Is it a fight? Is it a fight that you want to see happen though? That you feel like they taking too long to make happen, or it just got to make sense?
Um, the Tank and Haney fight for sure. Um, I wanted to see Joshua versus Tyson Fury. I want to see that.
Who you got for that?
That's a hard one. Like Tyson Fury, like his boxing, he a great heavyweight boxer or whatever. But Anthony Joshua can box, but he still got that power too, like crazy power. Like he boxed a lot better than like people like Wilder and stuff like that. So who was another one? I really want to see the Tyson Fury versus Usyk fight. Um, who else? I'm curious on seeing this like I wasn't never thinking about it until they just brought it up. But Crawford and Canelo, I want to see that.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that one. Who you
Yeah,
got for that?
Man, Bud. I'm
Uh,
gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna be a Bud fan for that one. Like Canelo is a bigger dude. He's stronger and stuff, but Crawford just got he a different breed, man. He got that animal in him. He got the skills. I compare myself to him a little bit too. A switch hitter and can mix it up, box and punch, fast and long arms and stuff. But yeah, I just want him to win that though. Want him to win that.
yeah, I already know where
Like,
you come.
it's Black History Month.
And I want to know like what's next for you, man. Like, like? Do you have any plans? What's next for you in the next few weeks? I mean, months coming up.
Right now, just getting myself all the way back together. Like I'm not gonna rush it. My promoter, my manager, they've been asking me, like, do I have a date where I want to fight? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna rush it this time. Like I'm just taking my time, get myself back in shape, get back sharp, get back focused. Just make sure my shoulder all the way right. Like since I've been training, like I've been hitting the bag and shadow boxing, working out a little bit, but I haven't like sparred or nothing like that. My coach caught my hands. He kicked my ass the other day on the mitts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, like I'm just getting back in shape, getting myself back together, and then after I feel like when I'm like, all right, I'm ready, then I'm gonna let you know. You're gonna get the first call. I'll let you know when I'm about to come back out.
There it is. I got to get you out here. We've been talking about that too.
Yeah. I got family out there too, so yeah, that's definitely I gotta hurry up and come out there. AZ.
Take
My
your trip, especially it's starting to get back hot. You know what I mean? I'm
it was
faking
just
it right now with the sweater.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was just snowing here 2 days ago, and my sister had posted a picture of all the snow in the group chat. My uncle, who out there, he like, yeah, man, he's like, yeah, it's all gloomy and gray out there in Cleveland. They're gonna post a picture out there in Arizona, like, yeah, you see where we at. It's sunny and beautiful out here. I'm like, oh, forget you.
no, you already spoke on it though. You want to stay in Cleveland. It's all love. You know what I mean? That's still home,
Yeah.
especially for me. You know what I mean? I love to come home, see the fam, but I can't spend too much time there. I don't like the cold, brother.
Yeah. I want to travel and move around a little bit, but Cleveland is there. I'm always gonna have a home here, and like this is always definitely gonna be, home for sure. My family, I'm a real family oriented person, so I'm always be back here for sure.
Now, my last question for you, man, is when it's all said and done with boxing, man, how do you want to be remembered?
A champion, world champion for sure. A great everybody. It happens now when people talk about me like he was a dog. Like that's what I want people to remember me by. Like yeah, he just work hard and just when it came down to a fight, I'm gonna dog it out. For
Now,
sure.
I wanted to have you on here. I just want to leave you with this. I wanted to have you on here. It was important to sit down with you because to me, you a legend. You get
Appreciate
what
it.
I'm saying? Like we grew up together, so I know the different things that we got to go through to even reach a point to get to the success that you reach. You know what I mean? And we still got stuff that we're trying to achieve. But I've
Stuff I
got to
want to
let you
do.
know right here in front of everybody, you a walking legend. Anybody that says anything different, they're a hater. You get what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna have your back. I'm always rocking with you, and I appreciate you for coming on, brother.
Appreciate you. And, honestly, like I wasn't because of like I said, I took that little mental break. Like I just went in the headspace to like do no podcast. Had other people reach out, but like when you reached out, I'm like, oh, I got. And you asked a couple times, and then we was supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, but I'm like, I can't leave my dude hanging, like for sure. I know
I
you somebody.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you somebody who's support me to the end. I just seen your dad too the other day. I don't know if he told you.
Oh no, he ain't say nothing.
But I just seen him last week, and I told him like I'm supposed to be getting on the podcast this week. And yeah, for sure. I appreciate you too, brother.
Already, man. Enjoy your time, man. Enjoy your day. Hey, man. Appreciate y'all coming on. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. We gone. Peace, man.
You know.